All right, let's try that again. I can't talk this morning, it's terrible. G'day guys, welcome back. This episode we're just going to be doing a little one, just installing a secondary fuel filter in Black Betty. This episode is going to be brought to you by the legends over at Western Filters. They generously contributed to the cost of a secondary fuel filter for this build, so we're going to be installing that today. We're pretty much installing this secondary fuel filter just for that like extra layer of protection and stuff, especially when we're going out into, you know, the middle of nowhere and getting fuel and everything like that.
Yeah, like there's definitely going to be questionable servos that you have to fuel up at. You know, in the past I've had to borrow a jerry can off somebody, so just having that there is a good little insurance policy. Like the injectors on these things are literally over $500 a hit, so
Not cheap.
it's still cheaper to change a fuel filter every service than do your injectors prematurely. So I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. Bang it in, you got that added layer of protection, especially if you've got the water and fuel separate at the bottom, so, and you can physically see in that and drain the water if you do see some in there. So let's get it done.
Let's go. So this is where the secondary fuel filter is going to go.
Yeah, I haven't fitted one of these on this model yet, so obviously we're gonna have to figure it out as we go, but that's pretty neat because usually a lot of the kits go like back up here in the corner, and obviously the more, can you cut it out, mate? The more you put in your engine bay and the more cramped things get, the longer it takes to take things out. And you know, you do have to take into account that if you do get a secondary fuel filter, much like a catch can, it is additional maintenance costs. So yes, it is an added layer of protection, but you do have to consider that, you know, you're probably going to be up for an extra $40, $50 every service to do that filter, if you choose to do that every service, which we do and recommend. So and same goes with your catch can. You know, if you're going to do your catch can filter every 10, 20, 30, 40,000 Ks, whatever you choose, you know, you do have additional service costs, so you do have to take that into consideration as well. So.
What have you got in your mouth? Drop it. Oh my God. I swear this puppy's going to start shitting out bolts and nuts soon. Stop eating everything.
So the Western Filters kit does use the fuel manager system, but they have their own sort of bracketry and that sort of stuff. The instructions are really straightforward, quite literally idiot proof. So easily DIY installed. We can also supply these, so if you do need one, let us know and we'll get one out to you.
So just disconnected the fuel line.
Yeah, and then we cut 3 inches off that and then put the straight barb in it.
Put the fitting in it.
Keep that clamp in accessible place, because if you're going to change your fuel filters yourself, you want this to be quick and easy. And if it's down the bottom, it's going to be a pain in the ass. And if you're paying someone else to service your car and it takes them half an hour to get to a clamp, you're going to be paying half an hour labour extra. Use a bit of common sense. You do have to be careful doing these up with a ratchet, but I still don't think it's a good idea to do them up with a screwdriver, because most of the time you can't get them tight enough. So that's sorted, so we can run this one now. Classic Liv. It's got to go get a drink when it's time to prime the system up. Bludger.
All right, guys, well, she's done. The secondary fuel filter is installed. I'll grab a light. is all in, fits in really nice. Connected up to that first one at the back there. I reckon it looks pretty good. Copy. So yeah, like we said, this was going to be a pretty short one anyway, because it was just super easy to install. So again, big shout out to Western Filters for, you know, contributing and helping us out with this secondary fuel filter. It's just awesome, and I reckon it's going to be a great contribution to the build, especially when we are doing our really, you know, remote trips out in the middle of nowhere where fuel might be a little bit iffy.
They're always good to deal with too. Like we get 2 or 3 deliveries a week from them.
We do, yeah.
Literally, if I ring up and say, hey, can you send us this filter or something like that, it's here at the drop of a hat, and they always go out of their way to help us. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah,
and,
no, thanks, guys.
It's a good bit of kit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, thanks, guys at Western Filters. What's next?
Make some fucking soot.
Ooh, make some soot with the big girl. I'm so keen to get this thing on the dyno. I think it's going to be mad. I feel like it's wrong for a diesel to make that much power.
Do you want to show them?
It's going to be like a race car. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. You know, every person that watches all the way through to the end is just, it's so amazing. So yeah, thank you guys so much. If you like the episode, obviously like it, subscribe to keep up to date with what we're doing on this rig. And if there's something that you even want us to see us do on this, you know, just so you guys might know how to do it, drop it in the comments, let us know.
That's about it.
That's about it. That's all she wrote. Stay tuned for the next episode. Should be dropping in about 2 weeks, hopefully. But yeah, cheers, guys.
Coming in hot. Hey, where you going? Come on, man.